Please remember to like, subscribe and comment, as we love to hear back from our viewers. Also, if you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron of our show through Patreon and or GoFundMe. Links are listed below the video in the description. From the deepest, darkest recesses of Dangerous Nerds headquarters, Keith Moncrief and Gerry Kissell.
Hey everybody, it's Keith.
And Gerry.
Welcome back to Pop Culture Minefield.
Yeah, we got some kid out in the yard looking for more of those mines. And we're not paying him.
Anyway, we're going to start off today talking about Vanity Fair magazine, and more specifically,
which is such a nerd magazine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we go to get all of our nerd information is Vanity Fair.
Check it out and make sure it's the one with the Anna Leibovitz photos, because she has spent the better part of the last 20-something years on these, making these movies and taking pictures and doing other things, and man.
It's like, seriously, if you don't know that name.
All of it is just really good. Ever since The Phantom Menace, Vanity Fair and Anna Leibovitz have been taking these amazing photographs, and in many instances, as we learned with The Phantom Menace, many of those pictures never wound up in the movie.
Oh, because you know that they took thousands.
Thousands. Man.
She didn't just take what we saw. She shot thousands. Now, I did notice that she's doing, it's sort of like motion photography, where there's no sound with it. It's just shots of people and the movement of the clouds and everything. And it's really beautiful to look at. I was impressed with the photography. I posted on the Dangerous Nerds Facebook page.
Yeah.
And, you can, the link to actually go to the article, and I posted the best of what I saw as the photographs, which included the shot of Rey and Kylo Ren fighting on the downed Death Star that you see in the teaser trailer. And it's clearly what they're fighting on.
Yeah. And
which is interesting because, once again, we have a Death Star in a Star Wars movie. But I'm not, as much as I love these images.
Yeah.
And I love that photo of Poe with Chewbacca and Lando. And of course, BB-8 and that new dog droid that he got. There's some new toy. It's about toys. Great photograph. Poe looks at home, sitting in the co-pilot seat.
Being an adventurer and not being stuck in another.
Yeah, he's wearing his adventure outfit. They call it his adventure outfit, and they're calling it that. Isn't that just? Yeah, I know.
They're trying too hard.
It's weak.
Yeah.
It's weak. But Chewbacca looks good. The young actor playing him now. We lost Peter Mayhew, so I hope he does him honorably. And Lando just looks freaking awesome in the cockpit, dude. Just looks awesome. And there's a great photo I loved that has John Williams conducting the orchestra with an image, a video screen in the background with Carrie Fisher as Leia. And when I saw that photo, I realized that is the last time we're going to see them. That's the last time.
Wow.
It's rough because she's gone, and this is the last time we're going to enjoy it. But great photo shoot. What else we got?
The Netflix's The Dark Crystal. Okay, Age of Renaissance or Resistance. I'm sorry, Age of Resistance.
And the pictures look good. And it's like basically, it looks like they've had a few years in their design work to create better puppets, and of course they're shooting with high quality HD equipment.
It looks good.
So there's no graininess to it, which is the thing you're missing, by the way. When you see these high definition films, there's no grain because film has grain, and you don't get that with these movies now. So what else we got?
Let's see. We got DC Universe releases their Swamp Thing photos.
What'd you think?
Loved it. Fun. And it actually looked like a living comic book, which is the important difference with DC Universe and their shows versus what a lot of other people do on TV when they have the opportunity to turn a comic book into a television series.
Well, did you feel like this felt like the old story? Because it's a bit of a love story.
Yes.
It's horror, but it's a love story.
I like the potential for the eternal conflict of fighting his new nature and new powers versus his old life and everything that comes with it. So it's good stuff. All of it is. I never expected to have for Warner Brothers to come along and expect to want to do something else with Swamp Thing. So this is a welcome surprise.
Well, yeah, and once again, it is horror, and it's harkening back to Bernie Wrightson's first take on it, which had a lot of monsters coming out of that swamp that he had to deal with because of Arcane. And good stuff, man. I'm looking forward to it. We only have, 5 days? Yeah, 5 days. Wow.
And then the other is a piece of curious information, curious news. Lucasfilm is actually developing a Boba Fett series.
Which is weird to me because we've got The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
So Mandalorian and Boba Fett?
Yeah.
And I saw on that one website we don't take seriously that there's rumors coming out about an Obi-Wan Kenobi film, but I'm not going to take it seriously.
I'm not going to hold my breath on that one
until we get a real leak.
Yeah.
But I would be more interested in that than Boba Fett because we got The Mandalorian. Boba Fett should just be in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Did you hear anything more?
No. And I want more out of it. I mean, look, when Lucas sold Lucasfilm to Walt Disney, a lot of hardcore fans know this already, but I think the general public still, it hasn't been something that's ever really, that they would know about, which is 1313 was a video game series, and it was actually, they had video games. Lucasfilm was developing a television series set on Coruscant, which we're going to cover partially a lot of the bounty hunters. I've always wanted that. I love Boba Fett, but
because of the fiction books, my favorite series was The Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. I think you can do that. I still think you could make that work, and that was one of the things that got me excited when Lucasfilm was bought out by Disney. Because my thought was, well, of course Disney.
We can finally explore all of that material. Because you had the games and you had the books. Now, JJ took advantage of that and has implemented some of the ideas from the books into the movies. Yeah. And including the Rey, Kylo Ren characters. Yeah. That are based off of the Solo twins. But anything else on that you're thinking about?
Again, I think you had brought it up earlier about the whole thing with the possibility of there being a Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Yeah, we don't trust that. We got this covered as the website. And they're so new and it's hard to tell when they're full of shit. And the good guys, I'm sure. Nothing against them, but until they're established a little better, we're not going to jump on anything that they post. No. Because we need a little more vetting before we trust somebody's information. But if it's true, I'm behind it because I would love to see Ewan McGregor play Obi-Wan again.
Right?
Going on his little adventures from Tatooine.
He's born to play that part.
He's perfect. And anybody who has seen the behind-the-scenes training of him fighting Ray Parks knows he loves the lightsaber fighting. He loves it. He was so into that. And he really, you remember that when they were bending the practice sabers? They were hitting each other so hard. They were going at it. And if you've never seen that, go back and watch the behind-the-scenes documentary of the making of Phantom Menace and watch the lightsaber training. Oh my freaking God, Ewan McGregor and Ray Parks go at it. And I mean, that's just badass. So I guess that's it. That's really all we got.
Yeah.
It's a 10-minute episode, so I guess you guys can lose. So this is a happy Tuesday. And you guys, man, subscribe, comment down below. If you got questions, we appreciate when you guys talk to us on Facebook. But we'd like to have you engage with us here, because the problem I'm seeing is if we were to do everything on Facebook,
Yes.
we would have a lot more interactivity. But YouTube is where this is at. And, you know, bring your friends, get people watching us, you know. It's like...
Tattoo his face on your backside.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I'm kind of already an ass. But
he's here all week, ladies.
Yeah, don't forget, try the veal and tip your waiters. And with that, that's Keith.
That's Gerry.
This is Pop Culture Minefield, and we're the freak out of here. Get off the lawn. Get off the lawn. I swear to God, every time we got a title, leave.